My name is Henrik Barth. I'm Associate Professor in Innovation Management. I do research on business model and business model innovation, looking at digitalization and also the process of going from conventional to digital manufacturing. The aim of the project is to look at health-associated infections in the hospital settings, and specifically the operating room. We are looking there at several different aspects of how our patients get these kind of infections. And it could be everything from technological aspects to medical and also business possibilities to develop these innovation solutions. Healthcare-associated infections is one of the most dominating problems within the hospital settings when it comes to safety aspects. So this is an important issue to look at, and it is also an increasing problem looking at it worldwide. So this is something we need to address because it's very complex. It deals with everything from technical aspects to behavioral aspects. So this is something we have to deal with from a multidisciplinary approach. We have been using a lot of different methods, traditional methods like interviews and observations, but we have also worked with a participating approach where all the partners have been involved in the process and contributing with solutions, because this is a complex issue. And we need to address it from several different perspectives. So this has been a co-creating process also, where we engaged methods like responsibility sharing and information gathering. Some of the preliminary results that we have seen is address a lot of the challenges to address this issue. And it's very much about procurement procedures. In Sweden we have a very decentralized structure when it comes to procurement, which is a possibility for many small firms looking at niche markets. But it's also a challenge when it comes to the national perspective, because every region has its own setting, and based on this project, it's a great advantage to look into the possibilities of working with several different partners, smaller firms to larger companies, international, multinational companies. So there is a great potentiality to come up with innovative solutions and address that issue in the early phases there. Some of the preliminary conclusions provide evidence that there is no silver bullet when it comes to healthcare-associated infections in the hospital settings. But what we can see is that some of the aspects we need to address and develop further is behavioral aspects. I mean, there is a lot of procedures and routines within the hospital, but when it comes to behavioral aspects, it's not always the logical procedure that we can observe. So we need to address that issue, and some of the things that we're looking into now is actually to address that in real time, focusing on a demonstrator at Sahlgrenska, for instance, to evaluate, measure, and see what type of measurements that we can implement to reduce the risk of health-associated infections.